everyone, happy Mother's Day, and we normally do a week of classes where our moms and our kids can participate together in class, and oftentimes moms realize it takes a lot more coordination and concentration than what it looks like to do some of the classes out here. So we like it because then they get a chance to appreciate just how hard the kids are working sometimes. So unfortunately, with the circumstances being as they are this year, we're not able to do that. So that also means, though, that we don't play dodge pad at the end. So if you are a veteran mom, I know that you are probably looking forward to chucking things at your child's head justifiably and even encouraged to do so during the end of our classes. So we don't want to deprive you of that opportunity, so we're going to do that during Father's Day. We're just going to do a joint thing. We're going to do some dodge pad, and moms are welcome to join us for that too. So hopefully things settle down. We're able to have everybody out together then, and as I said, you'll get a chance to throw things at your children at that point. But in the meantime, we want to do a quick little video explaining some of the things that doesn't merit a lot of kind of lead-in stuff, but some of the basic staple drills that we like to do with your child in class. So if you wanted to go ahead and do that on Sunday or Monday or whatever this week, you're welcome to do so. So the first thing we're going to do is just some basic footwork. So you pick your lead, and basically there's, for our purposes, two types of footwork. I can either step forward or step back, or I can slide forward. So try not to shuffle. That's another one that we try not to do normally. But we push and the same foot stays forward. Of course, I can move back as well. So I can either step forward or slide forward. And I can do more or less, if you're Jedi, you can even do side to side a little bit, to where if I'm going to go to, this is my right, I'm going to move my right foot first. If I go to the left, my left foot first, goes first. So what I don't want to do is cross my feet when I go side to side, okay? So I'm going to bring on one of my favorite moms, okay? So Jen will help us here. So basically now you do what we call a mirror drill. So you guys can take turns, right? So if I step forward, she has to step back. If I step back, she has to step forward. If I slide forward, she slides back, and vice versa. And try not to make it like a waltz, where we just make a box as we do it. Okay, so we want to, again, kind of move a little more sporadically which way it's going, and then after a while, then we switch roles. And then she leads the dance, okay? And I have to try to follow as best as I can. And again, it's a mirror drill, so it's not follow the leader. One person doesn't do 2 or 3, and then the other person does 2 or 3. We're supposed to move together. We got to be good dancing partners, okay? Then if you're Jedi, you can add some kicks to it. So as we're doing the same footwork that we were doing before, then at any point, if you have a paddle, if you have a dodge pad, if you have a paddle, if you have a pillow and your kid just promises not to kick very hard, right? Then you can flash the target and she can kick and back out and move it around. Hands up, okay? Maybe you don't do that necessarily. Again, maybe you do that with your child. Maybe your child doesn't get to do it with you, right? But move it around and then flash and kick and back out and move it around. And one more time, boom, back out, move around. So you can flash, and if you're even adventuresome, then you can even do, for example, roundhouse kick. And so now you're even doing fancier, different kicks and pick and choose. Then if you're Super Jedi, right, if you're like Skywalker Jedi, then you can mix up what you do. So I can flash either a front kick or a roundhouse kick or a side kick. And if you know those kicks, or they should know those kicks, most of them, then they can choose which one they're doing. The only thing we don't want to do, and make sure your child doesn't do this to you either, is make sure so we're moving around, okay, as much as we need, while still trying to hopefully stay on the camera a little bit here. But then when it's time to flash the target, boom, flash it, kick it, right? Don't keep moving. So don't do the Charlie Brown thing where I start to hold the pad out and I take the football away, she's going to kick and ends up flat on her back or whatever else, right? So make sure that you are moving around and then flash and do. Okay, so then the next thing that we like to finish in class sometimes is basically it's kind of mirror drill, but kind of more of a balance and a bit of a Simon Says type thing. So you're going to stand where you've got enough space apart from one another. You're not going to kick each other. Okay, so basically and I'll let her choose her kick first. She does any kick. Okay, then I'm going to do that kick plus one. So I go front kick and then roundhouse kick. And again, you don't have to get, we're staying tight for the camera. Make sure you guys have plenty of space so you don't kick each other. Then she has to do front kick and roundhouse plus one without setting her foot down. So, yeah, so if you set your foot down, you lose. If you forget to add one, you lose. If you just plumb forget what you were doing and what comes next, you lose. If you lose, then drop and give me 20. Okay, so come up with a prearranged, approved of, penalty for losing. So 10 jumping jacks, 10 push-ups, 20 sit-ups, whatever you guys want to make it agreed upon beforehand, perhaps. Might work out better for you. And then bang them out, then get back up, and whoever lost the drill starts the drill over again. So she does again, she starts with one kick. Okay? Then I've got to do that kick and another kick, and then she's got to do those two kicks plus one. Okay? So, yes, here's the deal, kids. Right? If you got to keep it simple, right? You don't get to bust out the super fancy stuff that mom's never seen before and can't do or whatever else. It's got to be pretty simple. Front kick, crescent kick, maybe roundhouse kick. Keep it simple. Keep stuff that mom can do, right? So it's cheating if you break out the fancy stuff, just because you have more practice. But hopefully mom doesn't have better balance than you when it comes to the basic kicks. But we'll find out. Okay, so a couple of drills. Again, we'll do more of a joint exercise when we are with dads in June. In the meantime, stay safe. We look forward to seeing you soon.